Hello everybody, my name is Chase Ernst and I'm with Tikker Time Management Software, and today I would like to talk about our newest piece of functionality, time card automations. Do you or your admin staff spend multiple hours per week or per month going over time cards and manually making the same changes every time? If that's the case, time card automations will be able to help you save time and money and get those hours back. I'd like to jump into the software today and show a real-life example of how to implement and configure Tikker to help save you those hours. So, let's jump into the software. Here we have our fictitious company, Josh's Designs and Photography. In our company, we have an agreement with our office staff that they take an hour unpaid lunch every day. Although in the past, we've run into issues with the office staff forgetting to sign out and back in for lunch. This has caused headaches for our admin staff as they're frequently having to log in and edit the time cards for our office staff. Let's find one of our time cards for our office staff where they forgot to sign out for lunch. Here we have found a time card for one of our office staff, Dave Brown. We can see that he signed in at 8 a.m. and signed out at 5 p.m. but forgot to sign back out for lunch. They even left us a note. In order to fix this, we have to go in and edit their time card and give them a lunch break. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to use the split time span button in order to do this efficiently. We split our time span in two, so we'll go ahead and go 8 to 12 and 1 to 5. Finalize up our edit, and now we can see their time span is split and they no longer have 1 overtime hour. It's 8 regular hours worked. This process works fine, but what if somebody didn't catch that Dave Brown forgot to take their lunch? Now let's take a look at how we can solve this problem with time card automations. First, we'll navigate to the Automations tab to create our automation rule. This page will show us the automations that we have created on our account and if they're enabled or not. Let's go ahead and create an automation to solve our lunch break issue. The first thing that we'll need to do is give our automation a name. The next step is to determine the conditions of our automation. In other words, what has to happen with the time card for our automation to be applied. In our case, if the time card belongs to an office staff member, we want to apply our automation. Let's go ahead and do that. The final step to create our automation is to determine what will happen if our conditions are met. Once again, in our case, if an office staff member creates a time card, we want to remove their 1-hour lunch break from their time card. Now, this raises a good question. What if we have some office staff that are really good at remembering to sign in and out and some that are more forgetful? Wouldn't this remove an hour from the time card of a staff member that remembers to sign out? It does. So we have two different ways that we can approach this. We can either make this automation apply to the specific employees that forget to sign out instead of the office staff employee category, or we can tell all of the office staff to only sign in at the start of the day and sign out at the end of the day. This will reduce the amount of work that's required by the office staff and the admin staff, as the lunch break will now be automated. Let's go with this way. Before we create our automation, we're going to add an additional result so we can visually see when the automation is applied. We're just going to choose Note, and we're just going to type in automation applied so we know that it's applied. Now that our automation is created, let's head back over to the unapproved time cards report and see what a time card looks like with the automation applied. Look, we have another one of Dave's time cards here, but it looks a little bit different. Since we have instructed our office staff to only sign in and out once a day, we can see their start and end time in the first time span from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and a second time span that removes 1 hour from their time card. This second time span is the result of our automation. If we hover over the note, we can see that this is the note that we had specified in our automation rule. Now that we have our automation running in the background, we no longer have to manually remove lunch times from our office staff's time cards. And that sums up our demonstration of the automation functionality in Tikker. If you have any questions in regards to the functionality, feel free to contact us or leave a comment on this video below. Thanks everybody.